legend, what is going on? This is the Gym Boss Podcast, and as always, I am your host. I am Jimmy Halley, and for those of you that don't know me, if this is your first time here, I actually help gym owners. We have an advertising agency, and we help them get more leads, get more appointments, and ultimately grow their business and their brand all at the same time. But it's not how you might think. But before I even dive into what today's episode is all about, if any time during this podcast or this video, wherever you are consuming this content right now, if you're in the gym or in the drive in your car or just walking the dog or whatever you're doing, and you're listening to this and you're like, you know what? I actually need some help with my advertising for my gym, and I want 10 days of advertising done for me for free. Well, we've got a pretty cool offer for you guys where you can actually come get that 10 days of advertising from us completely free at iwantfreeads.com. That's iwantfreeads.com. Go over there, go check it out. Be sure to register your interest, and then the second step is be sure to book a time to speak with me so we can get you on the phone and actually set it up for you. And of course, there's a catch to this. We deliver a great service. If we do deliver a great service to you, you're going to enjoy it, and you're more likely to want to become a client. But you don't have to if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. Just purely 10 days of ads if you want it. So that's iwantfreeads.com. Right, so in this episode, we're going to be talking about how gym owners that I've seen, and myself personally, through a lot of trials and tribulations, to be able to remove the stress and the anxiety within their businesses with the simple little framework that I have used. And one of my mantras that I like in everything is keep it simple. If you want to confuse people, use sophisticated and complex stuff. But if you want to help people, keep it simple. Right? And so I'm a big believer in that, and only because I like to keep shit simple in my life. And the simple stuff usually is the stuff that works. Right? So stress, anxiety, fears, all that sort of stuff that's happening in your business is all revolved around usually lack of clarity in the future. So lack of clarity of what's to come, or no organization. And there's two of those things probably go hand in hand. So if you're not feeling organized and you're feeling like you've got all these things and everything's priority number one, well, then it's going to feel like it's all piling up on you. And that's usually when gym owners come to me, that's how they feel. They come to us and they're like, Jimmy, I want to do this, but it's kind of overwhelming. We're trying to run the ads. We're trying to do the marketing, we're trying to do the organic content, we're trying to run sessions, we're trying to train our trainers, do payroll, open up the gym, make sure that all diet plans are good, making sure that payrolls, everything, right? They're trying to do everything and they're feeling like everything's all crazy. And so one of the first things that I like to do, especially when we're talking about the sales component, is because when they come to us, I'm like, look, we're going to make you busier. It's not going to get any easier. It's not going to become any less work to do. Like, there's going to be less of the marketing to do because we do that, but you're going to have more things to do because we generate more appointments for you, more sales, more leads, and that's going to take time to do that. And if you're not organized and don't have your day structured and your week structured, it's going to be really tough to do. So the core concept that we're talking about here is the time blocking. That's the word. Bloody hell. Time blocking. So I've talked about brain dumps. I'll quickly go over it now again, but what you do on a Sunday, brain dump everything out that needs to happen. Literally write it all down, stuff that's in your head, doesn't even, like, whatever it is, just get it so it's not swirling around your head. Brain dump it out, then have a look at the stuff that's critical that needs to happen for this week, to be able, and like important for pushing ahead big projects. Like if you need to recruit new staff because you're growing, like if you need to, focus on your marketing and your sales and building out more systems and blah, all that stuff. Have a look at that stuff, and all the stuff that's not super important that can like be either delegated out to somebody else or is not urgent and is not necessary to driving big projects forward, then push it aside and focus on, then you've got what's left for the week. All right, so that's number one. It's just getting it all out of your head and looking at like what's actually important. I've got this one little bit of hair that's like bugging me. Anyways, if you're on the podcast, you can't see it. Don't worry. And you do your brain dump. That's the brain dump, right? And so they come to us, and gym owners come to us, and one of the first things we do is like, let's do a brain dump. Do that, and then see what needs to be done. And part two of that is scheduling your week ahead in advance. But what you do before you schedule your week is have a template for your whole week. If you work Monday to Saturday, do a template Monday to Saturday and block in, okay, between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. is client sessions. From 8:30 till 11 is sales and marketing activities. And from, then have lunch and scheduling lunch and then scheduling your training and then scheduling more sales activities or whatever the day is, like scheduling the blocks, and then you can allocate all the stuff from your brain dump into those blocks, right? So you have the week templated out. That there is the one thing that has literally saved me so much stress and anxiety personally, and I've seen it work for other people as well. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I'm just sharing stuff that's working pretty good for me right now. You might have a different system, that's great, but I keep it really simple like that. Everything goes into my calendar then, so then I just live and die by my calendar. If it's not in the calendar, it's not happening. So that way I don't get like taken off into a million different directions. And it's actually quite liberating to feel like, okay, cool, that now you know how your whole week's going to pan out. You know, every task that's on your list is going to get done, and it doesn't feel like that everything has to happen on Monday. Like you can spread it all out, and Monday to Saturday if you're working, or Monday to Friday, whatever your work schedule is. And it feels so much better. And if you want us to do some ads for you, if you're like, cool, I've scheduled out my week, and like I can put time in for marketing and doing the ads, but it's just not yielding the results that I want. Well, then go over to iwantfreeads.com. iwantfreeads.com. Be sure to register your interest there and book a time to speak with me, how we can set it up for you. You know, as I said, like it's purely no obligation to stay on after the 10 days, just purely 10 days of ads for those that want it. And the thing is that we just want to be able to provide good service to people, and some, not all, but some people do the 10 days and like, this is great. I actually want to become a client. So it's cool. Go over there, check it out, iwantfreeads.com. So to go back to what we're talking about is the time blocking. Okay, I'll tell you a good story about myself. I used to be the worst unorganized person in the whole world until my wife. And then I was still unorganized for ages, but then we would have arguments about it because for her, she was like, it's so common sense. How come you can't just do this? Because to her, it comes naturally. And she's actually got the best head for business of somebody naturally that I've ever met in my life. She doesn't read any business books. She doesn't do anything, but she has literally got the best business brain that I've met around. Oh, I'm just kicking things here. And so anyways, after lots of back and forth with her, finally got to sit down and do it, and showed me a process similar to this, and I've like refined it a little bit since getting into it. But it took me like years to get to it, and then once I finally do it, I was like, you are such an idiot. Why didn't you do this sooner? And you know what? When that happened, business started taking off as well. I started enjoying business even more again because I love the game of business. Like the whole game is amazing to me. I love it, but I was beginning to not love it. And because I just like the more successful you got, the more the business grew, the more that the priority was everything had to happen today. And so now, by doing that, that was with the agency however long ago, and it was just me. Now implementing that, we're at 5 team members, and it's growing, and we're actually recruiting even more. We've got even more clients than ever. All of our clients are happy. They're getting great results. Some of them are even like moving into second facilities because they've grown and scaled, and none of that was going to be possible before when I was trying to do everything on myself and trying to like just schedule everything to be a priority without having any organization. And my stress levels are the best that they've ever been in a very, very long time. And so if you are feeling stressful, if you are feeling anxious, like I suggest, time blocking is your friend. And literally when I say time blocking, nothing happens in those times. Nothing happens in that time except for what you've scheduled. So if you've scheduled replying to emails, boom, that's all that happens in there. Don't go onto Facebook, don't answer the phone, don't do anything. If the phone rings, like call them back like during that time. And same with sales. Like sales is the biggest thing that most people need to schedule hard times in. Cool, these are your consultation times, these are your times you're on the phone. And that will have this rhythm and consistency that will show you growth over time. And so that's basically the system. Is to do a recap is to brain dump it out, then get rid of everything that doesn't need to be on there. That's part brain dump. Then get rid of everything that doesn't need to be in there, that doesn't push projects forward. It's not urgent. And then number 3 is to then have your templated week where you have everything time blocked out of like activities. So you have like sales, marketing, clients, training, fun, all that stuff, right? And then the last point to that is schedule it in to those blocks. Put it all in there. And a little trick to remember is do it on a Sunday. That's what I always like to do. Do it on a Sunday. And then that way when Monday starts, your whole week is planned. Okay, don't wait till the week is started. That's a little tip for you. And that's all I have for you today, legends. If you've enjoyed this, please share it with people that need to hear it. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a share, whatever it is. And if you are a gym owner and you're like, cool, sounds good, but I just need my marketing done for me, go to iwantfreeads.com. iwantfreeads.com. Got a cool offer over there for you guys where you can get 10 days of free ads completely done by us, so you don't even have to touch it. And it is a short time because I'm just trying it out for a bit of a test for a couple of weeks here. So once we get enough people on board with it, I'm going to shut this down. So if you are sitting on the fence and interested to find out how it all works with the agency here, how we can get you more leads, get you more clients, grow your brand without you having to really touch all that stuff, and all you need to focus on is actually like signing up the clients that we delivered to you, and that you actually deliver a good service to them. If that sounds interesting to you, go to iwantfreeads.com where you can secure 10 days of advertising completely free. Till next time, legends, this is Jimmy. Peace.